Again, second part. This is part 2 of how to stop second guessing. And what we're going to do for this particular ReMar Nurse workshop is we are going to actually try to do this with practice questions that are NCLEX style. Hi, my name is Regina Callion. Welcome to a ReMar Nurse party. This is the workshop. If second guessing is an issue for you, this is your workshop. You don't want to miss it. Come on in. Now, we have to really understand that this is a problem for those who feel confident that they know their NCLEX content. Perhaps you've studied it, and you go in to take your NCLEX exam. You answer 85 questions, you answer 150 questions, and you come out and you don't have the results that you want. And so that can happen when you know you studied, but then on the exam, anxiety, self-doubt, lack of confidence comes in and you second guess yourself. So you don't end up passing the exam. So what I'm attempting to do during this process is allow you to self-evaluate, allow you to, as we're doing these practice questions, meet the content head on and decide, hey, maybe I do have an issue with content, or no, I'm good. Either way, I'm glad that you're here and able to go through this exercise with me. So here we go. NCLEX question, give it a try. What do you think? Try not to second guess yourself. Here it is from the V2 NCLEX question. Hey, everybody, come on. All right. A client is admitted to the hospital with a diagnosis of acute pancreatitis. The nurse should plan care knowing that which of the following is a common complication of this diagnosis. Is it 1, diabetes mellitus, 2, a stroke, 3, myocardial infarction, 4, renal failure? This is a content-based NCLEX question. What I don't want you to do is second guess yourself. Go with whatever your first mind is leading you to. All right. And this is how we turn around what you have been doing, especially if you're a repeat test taker. This is how you do it. And I will not ever stop encouraging you guys and motivating you guys to go through these exercises with me. Whenever you see me live, show up to class. I see a lot of people picking the number 1. The number 1 is the majority of everybody's answers. If I'm just being honest, everybody on here is like, it's number 1. I'm confident it's number 1. And again, this workshop is about second guessing yourself on the exam. The correct answer is number 4. Number 4 is actually the correct answer. What are we talking about here? We are talking about acute pancreatitis. So what happens when a patient has an issue with their pancreas? How does the body respond? The body responds saying, hey, we have inflammation. We have inflammation all over the place. So what is the body going to release because of that inflammation? Body's going to release all types of enzymes, right? Enzymes, anti-inflammatory mediators, and those things are going to be released through the blood. Now, whose job is it to filter out the blood with a lot of different particles that it's not supposed to have? And so who's going to take the burden of acute pancreatitis when it comes to the other organs? It is going to be the kidneys, okay? It's going to be the kidneys. So the correct answer is it can lead to renal failure, okay? Renal failure. And again, all I'm trying to show you guys is that sometimes we think we know content, but when we apply it to an actual situation, we come up short. Let's try another question. All right. Question number 2. A client with heart failure is receiving Furosemide, 60 milligrams PO daily. Which of the following should the nurse monitor 4 as a potential adverse effect of this medication? Number 1, hypertension. 2, hyperkalemia. 3, hyponatremia. Okay. Or 4, oliguria. Again, I don't want you to second guess yourself. Go with your first mind. This is the second guessing ReMar Nurse Workshop Part 2. I hope this is helpful for you. This is something that we are trying. Somebody said, no, I lied. Okay. We're trying to focus you guys as a community. We want to make sure that at the end of the day, if you call yourself ReMar ready, it is because you've spent time with your content and your study groups and doing things like this. So shout out to you for showing up and coming to this workshop. I see a lot of 3s. I see a lot of 2s. Correct answer, guys, is going to be number 4, oliguria. Did you get this? We're talking about which medication? We're talking about furosemide. And so furosemide is a what? It is a diuretic. All right. It's a diuretic. And I know some of you are like, what? Say what? Yeah, but we're talking about a diuretic that is going to diurese our patient. So we expect an increase urine output with this medication. However, the question is asking us about what? What are we being asked here? We're not being asked about common side effects. We're being asked about adverse effects. There's a difference. What's the difference between a side effect and an adverse effect? All right. What's the difference? Side effect, we're expecting, right? We're expecting if I give a patient furosemide, their potassium level is going to go down a little bit. Okay. It's going to go down a little bit. So I wouldn't be expecting hyperkalemia. I'm going to be expecting hypokalemia. And I'm expecting diuresis. So I'm expecting increased urine output. I am not expecting oliguria. That's going to be an adverse effect. That means to tell me that my patient is now dehydrated. They're not putting out urine. I need to make sure that I let the doctor know that this is happening. And so, guys, it is being able to decipher, okay, what you're being asked, and then solve it based on your content knowledge. Okay, solve it based on your content knowledge. We should, okay, when we talk about adverse effects, we should be focusing on the things I'm not expecting. And I'll be totally honest with you, before I revealed this answer, nobody in the comments had it right. Everybody was picking 2 or 3. And so this morning, I'm trying to show you it's easy to fail the NCLEX. It's easy to fail the NCLEX when you take the one in your mind and not the one in front of you. You got to slow down. You got to read this content. Okay. All right. Let's try another question. A client who just gave birth is experiencing postpartum hemorrhage. The nurse should prepare to administer which of the following medications? Number 1, oxytocin. 2, vitamin K. 3, meloxicam. 4, hydralazine. Oh, this is a good one. Okay. This is a good one. Talking about postpartum hemorrhage, you guys know what that is. The nurse should prepare to administer which of the following medications? Number 1, oxytocin. 2, vitamin K. 3, meloxicam. 4, hydralazine. Welcome to ReMarNurse.com. This is a little workshop I wanted to present to you. I see answers all across the board. Some people are like, I don't really know what it is. I think it's 1, but it might be 2. I think it's 3. Correct answer is going to be absolutely number 1. Did you get the oxytocin as the correct answer? When we talk about a postpartum hemorrhage, we know usually that is due to uterine atony or lacerations. And so the medication of choice to stimulate the bleeding to that area is going to be the bleeding prevention to that area is going to be oxytocin. Now, does vitamin K stop bleeding? Yes. Are there going to be choices on the NCLEX that make sense? Yes, they make sense, but which one is the best choice? And so vitamin K is going to work systemically, where we know oxytocin is going to focus where? It's going to focus right on the problem. Okay, so 3 questions today. How did you do? Honestly, how did you do with the 3 questions that I presented for you? I want to ask you this question. For the second guessing workshop, does it make sense to study content before doing questions? Like after just seeing that, does it make sense to study the actual subject matter before just doing questions? It does. It always does. Somebody says 1 out of 3. I did bad. I did 1 out of 3. And so we have to get into the mind shift of it, because I'm working with that. You know, a lot of you are new to ReMar. You're not familiar with who I am, and so you're coming from different places, and we're coming with these ideas that there is a way to prepare for this exam. So, and it mostly is doing a lot of practice exams, readiness exams, things like that. All right. And so what I want to show you is that when you take time, okay, when you take time with the actual subject matters, when you sit down and you study the subject matters, you will have much better results and you won't second guess yourself. So I'm seeing a lot of people saying 1 out of 3, 0 out of 3. I was not a good nurse this morning. 1 out of 3. So you're not happy with your results, but you know what? That is a starting place. That is a starting place. And you can always go up, right? You can go up from wherever you start, but acknowledging, hey, I need to slow down. I need to study these subjects. Maybe I don't know the difference between adverse effects or side effects. I thought they were the same. All right. So what a way to start our day, by acknowledging it is the content that we need. Hey, that is the whole goal of being a better, safer nurse. And so I really love you guys for just saying, you know what? I got 0 out of 3, but I will, and I must pass NCLEX. And so be encouraged, because you know what? There are many people who needed to be here. They're not here, but you made it. And so again, if you want to empower yourself with nursing content, let's go in the V2. It is my NCLEX review that has the content that you can apply to the critical thinking questions. Yeah. And so that's what we did today. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This just empowered me. Like, I'm going to go off. I got meetings to go to, and I'm going to go off thinking I spent some time with the ReMar nurses today. And guess what? We focused on not second guessing ourselves. And so I'm going to give a report to Team ReMar. I'm going to tell them how you did, but I'm also going to tell them what you said as a result of it. And so being changed is our whole goal for you during this process. Safe nurses all around. ReMar community, safe nurses all around. Okay, somebody's asking. All right, let's do question and answers. Okay, let's do questions and answers. 5 minutes. Ask me anything. 5 minutes. I'm gonna be totally transparent with you guys. This is a challenge. Eli says, I'm taking my NCLEX next week, and I will let you know how I do. I will, I must pass the NCLEX with ReMar. Love that. This is a positivity this morning. So I was about to head off, but you know what? I definitely love hearing the content. Somebody says, I'm so late. Listen, tap into it. Just review. We did how to stop second guessing yourself. But I also challenged you guys with just basic content questions. That's what it'll look like. That's what it'll feel like. Okay. That's what it'll look like. That's what it'll feel like. And let me tell you, you don't have to be worried about case studies. You don't have to be worried about multiple matrix exams in general. The scariest NCLEX questions to me are the easy, straightforward ones. Those are the scariest ones, because they're so easy to overthink. Okay. They're so easy to overthink. I have 3 weeks to write. Can I still purchase the V2 and make it? You can. You're going to have to get busy though. Seriously, like you would need to be ordering it today. If you need to order V2, please check out my website, remarnurse.com. Hughes Initiative, OMG ReMar for NCLEX is my new morning news. Love seeing your face first thing in the morning. Hey, I see that smile in your profile picture. I am in Ohio. Question: do we have a time period to use the VT after we started about the test? I think you mean the V2. No, if you order the V2 today, you can delay your start date up to 90 days, up to 90 days. So you can buy V2 now, and then you can start it all the way up until December. Okay. It says, I love my V2. It is all right. It's all about content. That's the whole period. That's the whole period and the whole point. You can purchase the V2 by going to remarnurse.com. Just make sure you put either RN or PN. Please, 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 please make sure you put either RN or PN. Yes, you're right. That's how it failed. And I would say if you've taken the NCLEX before and you found yourself, not getting the results that you want, I encourage you, please give yourself an opportunity to take it again. Give yourself an opportunity to take it again, because more than likely you can pass this test. All right. You can definitely pass this test if you approach it the right way. If you approach it the right way. And for me, that's actually doing a review first and then going in there and answering those tough questions. Should I be worried about calculations? I would say not as much for next gen NCLEX. No, honestly, I don't think you should be worried. Don't be worried about anything, right? Don't be worried about anything. But at the end of the day, if you can if you could do the higher level tasks, if you can prioritize, and I'm telling you, if you understand prioritization to me, then that means you have a lot of the foundational knowledge, okay? A lot of the foundational knowledge that allows you to do that. So if anything, I think if you had to pick one subject to master, prioritization is going to cover so many things under it. That's why management of care is one of the larger concepts. Teresa, hi Teresa. I just started ReMar. I work until 5 every day. I'm trying to stay on the schedule, but some days I don't get the full 3 hours. I have failed the test 3 times. I'm hoping to get done with the study calendar by next year. Is it okay? Is an hour or two okay each day? Yes, because it seems like you're working full time, Teresa, to me. So you can't compare yourself to a student that is not working and able to study freely, right? So I wrote the calendar as a skeleton of these topics that you should be studying every single day, right? However, you have to make this process work for you. So if you find, hey, I can't do everything in one study session, I have to break it up into 3 or 2, do that. And then what that does is it will allow you to be more consistent. But if you're getting discouraged, then you won't show up for the studying. And I don't want that. So yeah, maybe it takes you a little bit longer, but at the end of the day, you're making progress so you can stop working that job and get a new job. Okay. Get a new job. I'm a grandma with 30 years of LPN and retaking my RN exam after finishing 5 years ago. Repeat test taker. Studying the V2. Looking forward to doing my past NCLEX videos. I'm so rooting for you. I just want you to know that I am so, so proud of you. No way have you been an LPN for 30 years. There's just no way you've been an LPN. And now going back to get your RN, you are like the perfect ReMar student. I just want you to know that. And I am So excited. I cannot wait to see that testimonial video. What an amazing testimonial. Like, y'all start praying because that testimonial is it's going to shut down a review. It's going to shut down a live. I know it. Man. Tanita says, I love V2 and quick facts. The content is everything. I never leave home without it. Feeling more confident every day when I do it. I go to bed and wake up with content in my head. It's me. I'm the same. I love having it, especially if I'm going on a flight or I'm in the airport. Always have it. Our questions don't seem to be making sense to you. You keep escaping mine. Hopefully I get some answers. Let me know which one. Let me know what answers I'm missing. Please let me know. All right. To all of the ReMar nurses, I'm looking forward to your exam. I'm looking for questions. What's the question? Candy, why are you discouraged? Let me know. Why are you nervous? What are you nervous about? These are good. These are good because you know what? This is a real community with real people. Okay. Lola says, I'm an NA. I'm tired of it when I have a bachelor's. Yes. I get that. I definitely get that. Is there a V2 book? So there is a V2 book. It is, it's either you're going to either get this one, the hard copy, and you pay extra for this one, but this is the one that comes with the program. And people ask me, where can I get the answers for the V2 book? Because if you open up the V2 book, let me find a page I didn't do. It's going to be blank on the inside. So you get the answers by watching the lecture videos in the course. Okay. Good morning. Good evening, everyone. Can I use V2? Selena says, can I use V2 while I'm in nursing school? You can use V2 while you're in nursing school, especially if you are in the upper level of your education. So I would at least say have the fundamentals, but definitely take V2 before your exit exams. I just want to make sure that I'm not missing a meeting because I'm getting all these alerts. And I just have to tell them, listen, I was on. No, I'm good. Hold on one second. Thank you, ReMar. Thank you, ReMar. 2 out of 3 second guess myself on number 1. I changed it from 4 to 1 last minute. Stick to your guts. Yep. That is what I wanted to present to you guys today. Just the opportunity for you to see, is this a problem for me? Am I second guessing myself? Okay. Candy, thanks for coming back with it. I failed 3 times and I just can't seem to remember the content. And now I feel like, what's the use of keep going? Well, failing the NCLEX multiple times is devastating. It is a devastating blow each and every time you do it because you definitely feel like you're giving 100%. And it's kind of like hitting your head against the wall. Like what is actually the point of it? I would say the point of it is that you've already have the knowledge. Honestly, you already have gone through nursing school. So you are trained as a healthcare professional. The point of it is that this is a standardized test. And so it only measures you for that day and not what your future could be in the area. Let's look at other things. Because you're saying, I can't seem to remember the content. What type of learner are you? Because I'll tell you what, for me, I am a specific type of learner. I'm an audio-visual learner and I need to write it down. I need to be able to see it in a simple way and I need to be able to write it down. When I try to go outside of that to learn something, it doesn't stick with me. If I just look at it visually, and I can look at it for literally hours, Candy. I can look at something for hours. And when I walk away from it, I can't remember it. Like I can't, because I needed to hear what it was about and I didn't touch on that point. So I would say, let's talk about how you like to learn. Like naturally, how do you like to learn things? When you're going on a trip somewhere and you're going to a new location, How do you know if you will like that place? Are you somebody that goes to TripAdvisor and reads what other people have to say about it? Are you somebody that goes to YouTube and watches a video on that hotel? All right. Are you somebody that makes a list of all the, the benefits on the website? You got to tap into how you are a learner naturally, because this information, as much as Quick Facts is tiny, it's still content that you have to retain. You can't go into the exam not knowing these things. All right. So I would say tap into that. Nazi says, I don't get my answer. I ask, can I put V2 on because I'm going to do remedial? It depends on what state you're in. So V2 can be accepted by certain states as a remedial program, but I just can't say yes or no because I don't know what state you are in. Candy says, that's the same kind of learner I am. I have flashcards that I take with me everywhere. So for me, I'm an audiovisual learner. However, flashcards don't always cut it for me. Like if I'm just, for me, flashcards, I can have flashcards on things that maybe have numbers on them. But if I'm trying to learn new concepts, I can't just do it by flashcards. I need to hear it. Nazi. So no, Florida doesn't take V2 because Florida, for some reason, it doesn't make sense to me, but for their NCLEX reviews, they make you do clinicals. Okay. They make you do clinicals. And I don't know why, because you don't have to do hands-on tasks for the NCLEX, but no, they have certain programs that they accept as Florida. That's right, Regina. The use of keep going is you have a goal and you need to work a little hard to get your nursing license, love. Let's get it with V2. Hey, definitely. Hi there. She says, I'm new here, ReMar. Any welcoming advice for me as I'm preparing for NCLEX in the next 3 months? Thank you. So thank you for being here. What we do as a community every week on Mondays and Wednesdays, we come together and we study. I don't know where you are, but we come together on Mondays at noon Eastern time and Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. So try to make one or both of those study sessions as you're preparing. You have 3 months. So that is a lot of time. And I would say if you show up to these classes, you will see that we are all about looking at subjects first and then going into practice questions. Okay. What else? Okay. Okay. How can I get answers in case I'm using the V2 book? Some questions I will answer correctly, but others may be wrongly answered. So if you are doing the V2 book, if you have this book, you're going to get all of your blank spaces filled out from watching my videos. Now, on your practice exams, you have to get the passing score, which I think is like maybe a 60%. You have to at least get a 60%. And then when you pass that exam, the rationales will open. Okay. All right. Here's a testimonial I want to read. I can't even read it. Hi, I passed my NCLEX RN first try last Friday. Okay, last Friday. 85 questions using V2 and Quick Facts. My test was 2 hours long. Took me 2 weeks in total studying, but you need to spend at least 3 to 4 weeks with the program. Thank you, Regina and Mark. I'm so grateful for the resources and prayers. I can't give a testimony right now because my life is in shambles at the moment. Y'all can see what's going on with me by going to my social media. All right, Nurse Henriquez. So thank you for coming on. I'm glad in the midst of the shambles, you're able to come and encourage somebody. That says a lot about you. Okay. That says a lot about you, being able to come on and encourage us and give us advice. All right. So we will be praying, definitely will be praying for you. All right. And we hope to see you again. Hope to see you again. All right. I have the V2. How do I get the V2 book? So if you have V2, then you have this book already. Shireen, it's in your file vault. So you can download this book in your file vault. If you want the physical book, some of you guys don't want to print it out. I think some people on last night said they did just print it out. Other people said they just want to order this one. You can go to remarnurse.com and order this one too. Okay. And it'll be right under, you got to click whether you're RN or PN, and then you scroll all the way down to physical books. And I will print this one out and send it to you. You got to purchase it though. It's an add-on product. Okay, everybody. If it's your first live here, hello. All right. If you're in the UK, okay, if you're in the UK, we help nursing students in the UK all the time. Please go to my website, check it out. If you go to remarnurse.com, you can start V2 no matter where you are. All right. Yes. Ellie says, okay, so you printed mine out and put it in a 3-ring binder. Yep. Nazi says, I'm so sorry that you're not the one that teaches it. Yes, I am not. For the Florida remedial classes, they have a list of vendors or schools that they work with specifically. And so I'll tell you, you have many choices. They're really expensive. They're that, in my personal opinion, I think they're like $1,200. Most of them are about $1,200. So just, it's an investment. I tell you guys, it is an investment. Good morning. Oh, it's good evening in the Philippines. How to order that, Miss Regina? I'm from the Philippines. It's super simple. We have, it's $1,500. Yeah, it's expensive. Go to remarnurse.com and you can pick whether you're an RN or a PN. All right, RN or a PN. Hillary says this. She says, in Florida, you can test in another state and switch your license instead of doing that remedial. Oh, so, okay. So I listen, y'all gotta listen to the ReMar nurse community. Hi, Regina. I have the V2 and quick facts since I'm a busy mom. Yay. Could I get the video lectures so I can still play the lectures at the same time watching my kids? Yes, definitely. I do it all the time. If you have the V2, listen, if you have the V2, those video lectures are your meat and your potatoes. Like literally, I have them like number 2 is on my phone. If you can see it, like this is my pregnancy video. You can hear it. And so if you are, that's my alarm. If you are a busy mom like me, put that thing on the phone, put it on the TV. Your kids will be super smart. Okay. All right. And so I'm going to get out of here now, guys. I hope you had a great morning. And also, if you didn't watch our questions, go back and do the practice questions and see again if second guessing is a problem for you or if the content is a problem for you. Either way, stick here, remarnurse.com, and we are going to make sure that we're constantly keeping a positive mindset and studying. Remember, guys, you can, you will, and you must pass NCLEX. Yes.